question recently, what is needed for a startup? And so I'm going to go through the 4 main things that is needed for a startup if you are wanting to offer health insurance. First, and usually most frustrating thing for new businesses, is the quarterly wage report. Every state requires employers to file payroll taxes on behalf of their employees and collect those payroll taxes. And when that process happens, there's a quarterly wage report that is generated. And there's one for each and every state. So if you have multiple states, you're going to have multiple wage reports. If you have any issues with this, reaching out to your payroll provider, they can walk you through on how to run this report or where this report is stored in your payroll system. Insurance companies want to know about your payroll as a startup because they want to make sure that you're not trying to enroll your neighbor down the street or your grandma or some other random person. They want to make sure that you're a legitimate business that has payroll, that has employees, and that you are filing taxes in your state appropriately. So this is a way for the underwriter to audit also that all employees are being offered coverage that are eligible for coverage. We want to make sure that if you have 10 employees and those 10 employees are working 30 hours a week or more, that all 10 are being offered insurance. So if we go through that payroll list and we see that we're missing Sally's application, that's an opportunity for us to audit and make sure that we have all of the applications that match up to your payroll records. Next, we need a employer application. This is your company name, where's the bill gonna go, your billing address, and how long is your waiting period? How long do you want employees to wait until they are eligible for insurance? What's your leave of absence policy? Questions like that. And of course, which plans you wanna offer. Do you wanna offer medical, dental, vision, life, disability? Are you just offering one medical plan? Are you offering 10? Those sorts of questions come on the employer questionnaire. Next, we have employee applications. And this tends to be one of the more complicated parts of the process, depending on how great your HR is. If you have an HR or you don't have an HR, some small businesses don't even have an HR professional in their business. If you do not have an HR professional in your business, this piece can be more time consuming. It's where you give applications to your employees, ask them to fill it out so that they can be enrolled onto the insurance. Now, there are electronic ways of administering this. However, we do need to make sure that your employees are filling them out and that we have a point of contact within your business that is going around knocking on the employees' offices' doors or calling the employees if they work remote and asking them to fill out the application and communicating with them. And in the employee application, each employee will be required to either enroll or decline. So even if they don't want the coverage, there is going to be a waiver that they do have to complete. Again, we have to document that we have offered coverage to every single employee that is eligible. And we also want to make sure that every single employee is aware of the benefit that they are being offered and they've been educated. And if they are enrolling, there's an enrollment application. And if they are waiving, there is a waiving application that's usually very simple and just one page. And on the employee application, they're asking the employee what's their name, their phone number, their date of birth, their social security number, their address. Do they have a spouse? Do they have any dependents? They ask for the spouse, and the employee should fill out the spousal information even if they are declining coverage. Because what if in the middle of the year that employee then wants to enroll their spouse because their spouse lost coverage? That insurance company already has that information on that spouse. We will not have to provide a marriage certificate. Sometimes if the employee doesn't fill out the spousal information at initial enrollment and they try to add them later, this can trigger a request for a marriage certificate. So a lot of times it's better just to get all of the information into the carrier up front if you're a virgin group and get that all taken care of and filled out with each and every employee. The final thing that they may ask for in underwriting for a startup business or a virgin group is corporate docs, like statements of information. Business documentation showing that you are a corporation, an LLC, an S Corp, that you are a business, and that documentation has your EIN on it and who the shareholders are and who the owners are. So that's the final piece. So there's 4. We've got the payroll documentation, employee applications, employer application, and corporate docs. And that's it. Once we have that information, you are eligible for insurance and eligible to enroll. And hopefully you found that information useful. If you did, I have a link down below. You can ask me any question. You can even get up to 30 minutes of my time if you complete a short questionnaire. Thank you for hanging out until the end, and we'll see you next time.